How many of you have said, I don't need much sleep. Sleep doesn't matter. Or how many of you think I can't get enough sleep? Or how many of you suffer with insomnia? Sleep is something that we're always talking about. Like, oh boy, I didn't get much sleep last night, or I need more sleep, or whatever. But we always are talking about sleep. Why is that? Why is sleep so important that we're talking about it all the time? But yet very few of us have what I would call good sleep hygiene. What is good sleep hygiene? That means that we are fastidious, or we're careful, or we plan our sleeping, but we revolve our sleep around our busyness. Busyness speaks loudly, right? I'm busy, I did this, I did that. It's like that is what our value is. But when we're like in those silent moments of rest, restoration, those are the ones that really matter more than the busyness, because the busyness is not sustainable if we are not taking that silent time. I'm going to tell you about a client, Myra, and she had a boutique firm, and she prided herself that she only needed 4 hours of sleep and lots of coffee. She did not give herself any room for humanity, sleep, normalcy, sickness, or whatever. She pushed herself even if she was sick. So she was in an invisible rule, like based around her house. A lot of times in invisible rule, either we become like our parents or unlike our parents. And in her case, her mother was always asleep, like a sleepyhead. And she's like, I'll never be like that. I'll never be lazy like that. Sleeping in the bed meant laziness, because her mom, I think she had some mental issues, but she didn't get up and clean or do the things for the house. So Maya's going to make sure I'm not going to be like that. But it's a cost. The Gallup says 60% of workers are burned out. And because if you're working and you're not getting the rest, you're burned out. And if you're not getting enough sleep, that means there's something going on with your time management. A hidden rule for many people revolves around not getting enough sleep, not taking care of yourself, a lot of health things, obesity, all of that. When I asked Maya, if you could just take 10 minutes to go for a walk in the park or something like that, I couldn't do that. That would be wasting time. No, that's time invested. Because if you invest time in yourself, you will make more money. You will be more productive, but you have to start with your invisible rule. You have to find out, what is it that's running me? There's something inside running and racing inside of her that she couldn't stop. Even though she wanted to, she couldn't stop. And that's what the invisible rules are. They're like little engines that we developed at a very young age, and they're running in the background, and we don't even know that they're running. And once you find out the invisible rule, which is important, because otherwise you're going to be doing it 10, 20, 30 years. You've already been doing so many decades. And the stronger the invisible rule gets as you get older. So she did go for a walk, and she was amazed. Oh, life didn't fall apart. She had to get rid of the guilt, but she realized that if she could give to herself and get the sleep, that she would be more productive. And I made a deal with her. So we looked at what she did on a normal basis, the average of what she did. And then we said, okay, let's see if you get 7 hours sleep for a week, which was like miraculous. She did not make 7 hours per night for getting sleep, but she was more conscious, and she planned a bedtime, and she allowed herself stillness. Neuroscientists have found out that planned rest boosts the creative problem solving by 50%. Brains treat stillness like fertilizer. The rule treats your brain and rest like poison. So what I want you to do is to set your timer for 10 minutes and sit there without the phone, without TV, without any stimulation. Just breathe and sit there. You don't have to close your eyes. This is like close to meditation. Some of you will panic. And set your phone. And you're going to be restless. Oh my God, is it 10 minutes yet? But just allow yourself to do that, because you have to train yourself to go against what your invisible rule is saying. My daughter has what she calls porch time, and she bought a house, and wherever she lives in North Carolina, and she would have that porch time. And she's a very creative person, and just her life is just morphed into this beautiful opportunity for living that she wakes up every day excited about. But it started from being distressed and worked out and frazzled person who was jeopardizing her health to someone who could have porch time. So you may not have a porch. Maybe you have a special place in the house. Don't turn the TV on. Don't turn on any music, unless you want to put in some soothing music. And the YouTube has tons of soothing music. I have a whole playlist. And just sit there and breathe and let your nervous system catch up with you. You will be so surprised. Maya found out that she was 3 times more productive. Yes, that's right. 3 times more productive than what she had done when she was rushing around and not getting sleep and burning herself out. So let me ask you, what can you do today to take 10 minutes? Just start there. Just start one day. Even if you said one day a week, I'm going to sit for 10 minutes, and then maybe it'll get 2 days. days, 3 days, but allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to rest, to allow yourself to be still in silence and let your nervous system calm down. If you want to learn more about the invisible rule or more about taking care of yourself, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and we will see you soon.